This is a powerful political family in the area, the Gilani family. Yousuf Raza Gilani, the former Prime Minister himself, unable to stand in these elections. He was disqualified because of a clash with the Supreme Court. And so his sons standing in both the Provincial Assembly election and also the National Assembly election. Ali Haider Gilani, the one who's been abducted, is his youngest son, who was standing in the provincial election, as we understand it. He was at a rally, a campaign rally. This is the last day of campaigning on the outskirts of the city of Multan. Gunmen, so far unidentified, arrived, according to some reports, in a car and on a motorbicycle. Other reports say 2 cars opened fire. He was snatched, dragged into the car and taken away. And one account says, talking of the motorcycle gunman, that he rode off in front, firing in the air. We do know that one of his aides, his secretary, was killed and around 5 other people were injured.
And Mike, you know, we've got to take this in the context of the last few weeks. I mean, I just said the most violent election campaign. I mean, you know, we've had, well, I use the word advisedly, chaos, basically. I mean, candidates falling off, you know, stages. There have been attacks on parties and so on. I mean, what are people making of this?
Absolutely. More than 100 deaths in these attacks on candidates and political parties. This certainly is a worried nation, no doubt about that, and will be further unnerved, I'm sure, by this particular abduction, not least because of the high profile. Obviously, we don't know as yet whether this was another attack carried out by the Pakistan Taliban, who had specifically threatened secular parties, the Pakistan People's Party among them. A local police official said that it was the work of terrorists. The former Prime Minister himself, his father, said it was the work of his political opponents, a rather looser definition of who might have been behind it. But the authorities, for their part, have said that in Punjab province alone, this province today, that they are putting in 300,000 or more security personnel of all kinds to protect these remaining stages of the campaign and the polling and the count. And a high number of troops among those who will either be deployed or on standby. They obviously hope that that will prove to be sufficient. But certainly I think questions will be asked once again about whether the preparations that have been made so far will be adequate.